Part of our long-term plan for our wash pack building was to have an outdoor area with an overhang so that we can wash our harvest containers and store them outside under an overhang where they can dry properly, and then also have a space for our root washer that's in a permanent place and not just sitting in the front yard. So those were important. To do that, we have we live on a steep hillside, and our building is built into a steep bank, and we were going to need to put up a retaining wall just to make that space next to the building. And so we put that time and money instead into building a second root cellar. We already have one root cellar, but a second larger root cellar that is going to be easily accessed from the building so that we can roll carts in and out of it from the building. Because we're an off-grid farm, we are going to be setting up a walk-in cooler with a cool bot that we can, and we do have enough solar power to run that during our high season in the summer. But in the spring and the fall, a root cellar is still really important for us for cold storage that doesn't require any power inputs, as well as obviously being great as a root cellar. So it will be used for all of those things. So that's why we built this root cellar here, and we built it ourselves. You can kind of see the boards right here. On the top level was with forms that we used to build our house foundation, to build the foundations for this building, our other root cellar. So some of those forms were 10 years old that we had just saved, stacked in the woods, and we've just been reusing them to do our own concrete work. The bottom 4 feet of this was our first pour, and that we built plywood forms, which are now the roof of our woodshed over there, which was great. We just took them right off and made them into the roof of the woodshed. So we had the forms, and we know how to do rough, ugly-looking concrete work, and so that's what we did. The 2 walls that are exposed right now are going to be insulated and then have wooden walls on the exterior, and the back 2 walls are buried into the earth, but with insulation going down the first 4 feet so that the ground temperature is coming in from deep in the ground. You can kind of see inside here we have, it's pretty basic survival bunker. And we have an arched roof that we just built walls underneath it and made it arched. And that the roof is heavily reinforced with rebar. To support, it's going to have a lot of soil on it eventually. So that's a root cellar. We kind of did 2 jobs in one. We retained the steep bank here. We now have a root cellar that we're going to pour a concrete slab here so that we can roll carts out into the overhang, in and out of the root cellar, and then in the middle of the summer, all the vegetables are going to go inside, they're going to be washed inside and put in the walk-in cooler inside. But then once we get into the shoulder seasons, this root cellar will be used for storage. And then in the middle of the summer, this will be great for storing things like cucumbers, tomatoes, other things that like that 60 degree temperature that the root cellar is going to be, high humidity. So it will still be used in the middle of the summer as well.